What's up guys? On this episode of CK Designs, I'll be unboxing, assembling, installing a $16 catch can from Amazon onto my 2022 Hyundai Elantra N. Stay tuned to see the quality, the modifications that I make, the reasoning behind them, the super clean factory look installation, and find out if this thing actually works. All right guys, welcome to the unboxing of my catch can here that I'm gonna put on my 2022 Hyundai Elantra N. And this is one of the knockoff ones that's supposed to be just like a Mishimoto. Watch this video if you want to see a direct side-by-side comparison. I think I got it for 16 bucks. Now, of course, it doesn't have a mount. All right, let's see here. Definitely smaller than you imagine it being when you're seeing photos online. Let's get in and look at the threads there. This one comes with the optional drain at the bottom. I'm just gonna leave the plug in. I want this system to be as sealed as possible, no leaks. We got the adjustable pip swivel mount. It can kind of swivel on this mount here. Two little mounting screws on the back. Let's see what's inside. Feels like a really nice O-ring seal. Again, checking out the threads. Really nice. And here it is. This one has a baffle. I plan on mainly just using this, maybe with the steel wool under it. This bronze filter is coming out. The reason being, I don't want any excess pressure being in the PCV system. A guy did a video. I'll give him some credit. He did pressure testing with and without this, and it does add pressure. Probably not much to make that much of a difference, but I don't want to risk it. I'd rather have the pressure come through here as normal. And that leads me to wondering if I can leave this air turbulator installed if I take off this brass ring. Maybe we'll find out here in a little bit. Anywho, let's get to the fittings that it comes with. I may or may not get some AN fittings since these feel kind of plasticky, and B, I have money to blow on nicer fittings since I got a super cheap catch can and make it look even better than your $200 Mishimoto or whatever. But yeah, these are definitely plasticky. I guess they're metal. Other than that, all I need is some 1/2" and 3/8" fuel line and some time to make a custom bracket, and we'll be set to go to install. All right, so I just went to the garage to grab a crescent wrench. Let's see how removing this bronze filter goes. And just what I was afraid of, if I take the bronze filter out, it's gonna take the air turbulator with it. All right, so I just went out to the garage and I was able to knock out the bronze filter part, which means I can still use this nut to secure the turbulator. So let's go ahead and reinstall that, see how she looks. And there we go. Now the incoming air has to come through this hole, hit the turbolator, so it's gonna have to go down through the baffle. It's kind of forcing everything this way. Then it can come up through here, and I have zero additional pressure, ideally. Less pressure than I would with the bronze filter. And it's gonna keep my PCV system working the way it was designed to. No additional PSI on engine seals or anything like that. Head gaskets. Let's go ahead and just try these. By the way, I read that these are M16 by 1.5 and not 3/8 NPT. So don't plan on getting 3/8 NPT fittings to fit this can. M16 by 1.5. Yeah, I mean, these would totally work if you don't mind using hose clamps and the regular hose, fuel line hose. All right, guys, welcome back to the bench. Here we are going to assemble. I have everything we need to get this catch can on the roll. We got the catch can, $16.99 on Amazon. Comes with these fittings. I'm just gonna go ahead and use these, but if you wanna dress it up, spend another $30, $40, you can get some super sweet fittings. Here we go. I made this awesome super custom bracket from an 88-cent piece at Lowe's. We got 3/8 inch fuel line, 632 by 3/8 hardware, 632 nylon lock nuts. We're gonna use the liquid version of a pipe thread sealant as opposed to that stupid tape. A 1/2 inch to 3/8 inch barb. For those of you who don't know, the Elantra N goes from 1/2 inch to 3/8 inch in that short little run. We have an Allen wrench for the screws that come on the catch can, and the proper wrenches here to tighten everything down, plus a screwdriver. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do, this is my first time ever using the liquid pipe thread sealant, so that's the first thing I'm gonna do. And the reason for that is just to let it cure. So I think according to this, you just apply it around the threads. Sounds easy enough. That's weird. It looks just like the tape, but more of a liquid version. And we'll go ahead and screw this bad boy in. If you don't want to scratch or mar your fittings, wrap your wrenches in some tape. Wipe away the excess. Ooh, that stuff sure is messy though. Might need some alcohol or something to really wipe it off. Fitting number 2. See if I can't make this one a little neater. Definitely want to keep it away from the opening. All right, and we're back with some alcohol. Clean these guys up. All right, so another trick you're gonna wanna do, go ahead and remove this bottom drain plug and put some thread sealant on it as well. Followed by a quick cleaning of the excess. And there we go. We want this thing to be super airtight, just so it doesn't have any leaks. Now it's time for a quick cleaning with some carb cleaner or something similar. Also, be sure to remove the O-ring, as the cleaner you use may cause it to dry out prematurely. Need I say, be sure to do this in a well-ventilated area. I also brought my hose clamps. Forgot to mention these guys. If you go with the nicer fittings, you won't need these. You'll have a much nicer looking bracket. You can also use spring clamps, but since we're doing this one on a budget, leftover hose clamps from another project it is. All right, next up, I'm going to mount my mounting bracket to the catch can mounting bracket, and it's gonna go a little something like this. There we go. Now we can go ahead and mount the catch can to our bracket. I'm gonna come back and re-thread lock these when they're actually in the car and I have the can rotated to the correct position. But for now, we're gonna leave them a little loose. Okay, so I bought 4 foot of this 3/8 premium Gates tubing, and we're basically gonna cut it in half. All I need is 2 feet one way, 2 feet the other way, and there we go. 2 separate pieces. All right, and now we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and slide the clamp onto the hose and then slide the hose onto the nipple here. And that is a very tight fit. Probably don't even need the hose clamp. And we'll take our second hose, shove it on there. And tighten. All right, and there we go. I'll probably cut the slack off of this one. Yes, it's a different size. I just had it laying around. This is the proper size here. All right, cool. Next step is installing it in the car. And that's where, for my particular application, this barb adapter will come into play. Now that we're all done with assembly, let's get under the hood for the install. I will not be using a check valve on this system due to the fact of how a PCV valve actually works, and it kind of is a built-in check valve. You can watch this video to find out more about PCV valve function. Okay guys, here we are under the hood of my 2022 Hyundai Elantra N. The catch can will be going right over here in that, taking place of that bolt. You may notice I installed a hood gas strut instead of using the cheesy manual pop-up there. I'll be taking that off today as well to make more room for the catch can. Let's go ahead and pop that engine cover. And now with the hood cover off, we're basically gonna be tapping into this line here. This is the PCV system line coming from the outtake of the crankcase, and then going back into the intake manifold down there. And I wanna keep the stock piece, so we're gonna be removing the whole thing and just inserting one hose to here and the other hose to there. And again, we're gonna be mounting it right here on this bolt. So let's do it. All right, and there it is. As you can see, it's a really nice fit. I have enough room to unscrew below and empty the can. I can also easily remove just one bolt and the whole thing comes out. So now we're gonna need to rotate it a little, which is why I left those screws loose. And you can see it totally clears the line. I think I might reroute it. Let's see how this way works. All right, so there we go. Just to leave this line more free, I decided to split it, kind of go around it. It's probably the only downside of this can is the angles. If you're trying to get a super clean line run, you know, they kind of split apart. But it is what it is. So now we just gotta run the rest of the hose to where it needs to go and see how the rest comes out. Now for the easy part of removing the stock PCV hose here. That hose is really on there. So you can see it goes from 3/8 to 1/2 inch. I'm not sure how it goes from this size to this size, unless it's built into the hose or they have some adapter in between. Or if it's just stretched over. Either way, on there pretty good. It's almost like you don't even need hose clamps. And here's a closer look at the valves.
We have the outlet 3/8 and the inlet at 1/2 inch. Short run, we're gonna make it a little longer run. So let's see how she turns out. By the way, I already went ahead and installed the barb there. It's just adapting from 3/8 to 1/2 inch. All right, so I wasn't sure how much I needed on this side with having to adapt it. So now that I know, I can go ahead and remove here and trim some more off. So it kind of stinks that the PCV sticks straight up. The factory does have a kind of a hose curve built in. I'm hoping that the heat will kind of help this thing bend on its own as well. But I'm going to go ahead and tidy up everything. I'm gonna do a slight curve here and tie it down, making sure that there's no pinching, no folding of the line. So I did some looking online, and you can get a 90-degree 1/2 inch to 3/8 inch barb, which might be nifty in this application, but it's also $14. So I think I'm just gonna make this work. All right, so here is the final routing. Now let's make sure the engine cover goes back on. And there we go. That's all for this episode, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think of the $16 couch can. Would you guys install this on your car? If so, let me know what car you're gonna put it on down below. Leave a comment, leave a like, hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.